welcome to Flat Earth Debate Uncut and After Show. Oh no, we're live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a Ko-Fi, Patreon, crypto and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and X. Now, we are joined by Adam, Neil, Refracted, Chocolate, and a whole bunch of people in the Flat Earth Debate Discord server. So, welcome one and all.
How are you?
Okay.
Hey.
I'm very well.
Good morning.
It's a
It's a glorious day today, Nathan.
Good day to be
Soldiers are
glurfing.
coming home.
Where's all the glurfs? Said it was a good day to be flirting in the pre-show, and then we were talking about various different aspects of being a flat earther and what we'd accept and so on. However, there's a inference that's put out there, not by us, that we're in a cult. And based on that, we've got a suggestion that we should be covering one of those cult-like questionnaires. Now, I don't actually have a cult-like questionnaire. Did you have one in mind, John, when you suggested that in the pre-show?
Just posted it.
You just posted it as in... Oh, yeah, so you did. Okay. So this is cult test. So what we're going to do, we're going to scroll through it and see how we get on. Is that the idea? Do you want me to ask the questions and you to answer them?
Yeah.
Ain't you excited that the astronauts are coming home?
I think everybody should get an opportunity to answer one.
Well, let's just address what Neil just said. So Neil wants to address the second law of thermodynamics violation sky vacuum claims that are currently being bandied around in terms of a rescue mission, Neil? What are you babbling about?
Yes, they've been lost in space for 9 months. Trump is bringing them home. They splash down either today or tomorrow, depending on the weather. They have a lot of answers to gravity, and it's associated with the divine.
And when we're going to get to the Lord Jamar video?
Lord Jamar? Is that something you wanted to cover?
Yeah.
I'd rather cover a video once we've done this questionnaire.
Okay. So I'll get you a timestamp of when exactly it starts now then.
Hey, well, you can answer the first question as you're in the group and you're here right now, and this is my channel that we're broadcasting on, as opposed to Quantum Eraser's channel or just happening to be on 24/7 or politics, right? So number one, is your leader, that's me, by the way, the ultimate authority of your group?
No.
I mean, no. Get lost. Get out. Respect my authority.
I'm a rebel, man.
I thought it was QE.
Respect QE's authority.
You thought it was QE.
Most cult leaders give themselves
what do you want?
impressive made up names or titles which elevate their status to their followers. They may call themselves the man of God, pastor, prophet, messiah, messenger, enlightened teacher, guru, apostate, etc. Does your teacher have an impressive made-up name or title? You may call me King Nathan.
Yeah, I guess Nathan Oakley 1980 is a big one.
You may call me King. King
No,
Nathan.
Quantum Eraser. I'm just saying Quantum Eraser's got that. You know, got the
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying
God.
Quantum Eraser's got that King Nathan.
Yes, yeah, that would be the right way to say it. I'm sorry, King Nathan.
I'm sorry, King Nathan. Let's get this straight. Why isn't this getting squared away as quick as I thought it would? Next question.
I did say King Nathan.
Oh, did you? Oh, well, that's good. Cult leaders convince members to forfeit their critical thinking ability in return for a sense of belonging, authority, and purpose. To members, it doesn't matter what the evidence or logic may suggest, the leader is always right, and their misdeeds are always justified. Criticism of the leader is forbidden. Bidden.
Well, that criticism part, we do fight against people that come against you. I mean, I fight for your honor.
Is your
I
leader...
don't fight.
Hold on, you haven't heard the question yet. Is your leader always right, and therefore you are not allowed to criticize him, her, even if the criticism is true?
What criticism? What do we say here, boss?
There's no need to criticize me. What Nathan says is right. Rule 1. If Nathan is wrong, refer to Rule 1.
Well, it's interesting though, because I don't know of anything you've said or done that I can criticize. Not to say that you haven't. And anytime that you are corrected, like you in that 24/7 politics Discord, you accepted in the middle of a rant, you accepted that you had gone too far and immediately apologized. I don't see anything I can criticize legitimately about
Oh,
it.
well, isn't that kind of you? Shout
Well
out.
done, John.
Yeah, well done for praising King Nathan. Duncan McLeod, thank you for the super chat. It says King Nathan and the Knights of the Flat Table. How sweet.
I like that.
Thank you for the super chat. Right, where are we? Is your leader always right and therefore you're not allowed to criticize him, her, even if the criticism is true? Should we go with no? I'm going to go with no. Cults generally only allow their members to study their organization through approved sources. They view critical thinking as infectious disease, and every effort is made to suppress it. Doubting members are encouraged to isolate themselves from outside influences and focus solely on the doctrine of the cult. People who contradict the group are viewed as persecutors and are often given labels like anti, apostate, or rival. Members are discouraged from consuming any material that is critical of the group. Are members of your group discouraged from reading anything that is critical of the group? That's an interesting question. Because
Sounds like Globebusters.
I was just about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly how Globebusters behaved, right? Doesn't matter if we're talking about me, Anthony Riley, Mitchell from Australia, Adam Meakin, everybody that went through the mill of Globebusters were essentially told what they couldn't say. Isn't that interesting? It's the first one that's had a maybe, but it applies to flat earthers, just not us as flat earthers, right? Other flat earthers who have behaved in that way, in a very cult-like way. Isn't that interesting? Are members of your group discouraged from reading anything that is critical of the group? Are we discouraging anybody from reading critical stuff? We outright go and look for it and criticize it live on air. I don't think we would necessarily be criticized of that. We're responsive to people who are critical of us, right? So I don't know if there's any other tangential groups in Flat Earth that would also be accused of this. Can anybody name any? No?
All I
Okay.
can think of is the Ethereum true earthers, the Ethereum nation or whatever. They're the only ones that are like that.
Because religious cults consider themselves the ultimate authority on truth, the members can't imagine anybody leaving the group with their integrity intact. Thus, they have to perpetuate a false narrative that former members were deceived Backslidden. Is backslidden a word? The new one on me. Backslidden.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a word. Backslidden. It's in Christianity. It's big.
I've never heard
You
that
could
word
be in a
before.
backslidden state.
Okay, fair enough. It's a new one on me. Demonic, bitter, evil, or fallen away, etc. Yeah, we don't do that. On a different subject, it does kind of feel like Jaren is a bit bitter and demonic. That evil man's fallen away. Backslidden, you might say. I would say he's been deceived. Anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. As far as your group is concerned, would they say that there is no legitimate reason to leave them? I couldn't give a shit if you join us. Leave us? Get on with your day, Earth's flat. It's just how it's measured. You don't need me. Get on with your day. If you enjoy me telling others that, though, give me money. Because I'm poor. That's it. There you go. But you don't have to. There's no obligation. And there's no group to join. You can become a member of my YouTube channel, but unless you want to accuse the process of becoming a channel member cult-like, then, you know, fair enough if you want to lay that at my door. It really isn't, though. You know, you can genuinely just find out that Earth is measured flat. For instance, if you ever say the word mile or miles, you're automatically inferring a flat Earth, because that's how those measurements are utilized and laid down on the ground that you're going to be measuring, if you're going to be utilizing them. After all, it's a navigational tool when you talk about miles, let's be honest. So we'll be talking about a flat Earth when we talk about measuring anything ever with miles. Just as one example. I mean, that's one of a million because Earth's flat and that's how it's always measured, without exception. Now, that's not a group that I've just described. That's me describing how Earth gets measured flat always. Where's the group to join? Did that come with a membership badge? No, it didn't. It came with an appreciation from you, an audience member, if you didn't know that up until the point that I just said it. The Earth is now appreciated by you to be measured flat because that is a fact. No group is involved. Now, what would be the requirement of somebody who tells you otherwise? That's to say that Earth might be, I don't know, ball-shaped. What would be the point in letting you, a person who is led to believe it's ball-shaped by other cult-like people, to believe that we, flat earthers in this instance, are a cult? Well, that would be very beneficial, because then it's appearance of a flat measurement rather than an actual flat measurement. And then the actual flat measurement can be used to infer sphericity. It's still a flat measurement, Earth's flat. Like I said earlier, that's never going to change regardless of who you are. Now, if that's a shock, I don't care. You don't have to stay. You can bugger off immediately if it offends you. But it's just me stating facts. Me spitting facts about how Earth's measured isn't a cult. It's not a group. You can't join it or leave it. You can know and then fear it. You can know and then hate me for telling you. But those are very different things. Let's ask the question. As far as your group is concerned, would you say there is no legitimate reason to leave them? Malformed question, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I do not think there is a legitimate reason for anyone here right now to leave this group based upon the topic we're discussing.
What group?
Is the ground a group?
Is this when you say the group,
No.
do you mean this call?
Yes. Yeah, this group of individuals that call each other and speak over the internet. Yeah. There's no legitimate reason to leave because of the topic that we're discussing.
Okay.
There may be an argument between individuals, and that'd be a legitimate reason to walk away.
Well, walk away. Again,
but-
the same thing applies. Walk away from what? Does anybody in the Discord server feel like they are obliged in any way to be here at all?
No, we can't go
Don't
back.
sound like it.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to this sort of stuff, though, because it's like, okay, I'm running a channel, and I do have group conversations with people, so you can see the word group and go, okay, well, yeah, there's a group right now, right? There's a group on Discord, there's a group on G+. So is that the group that's being referred to? So then I go, okay, well, no one actually calls me king. No one's giving up their house and living with me in a convent or whatever. Commune, rather. Convents, nuns. Well, you could argue that's a little bit culty. Should we move on? Does your group insist that the end of the world is near? Sorry, what was it you were saying about your creamer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that put a yes for that one. I was out of creamer. Or I thought I was out of creamer this morning, and that would have been the end of the world. But I found my creamer, so the world didn't end. So you're welcome.
For the most part, this doesn't apply to us, but I'll just, in an effort to draw in many paying members' cults, very aggressive recruitment efforts. I don't think any of this applies to us. I've just asked my groups if they're in any way obliged to be here. They're not, and I literally tell people that they can take two routes when they find out the facts of the matter in this discussion. It's not a debate. Earth's measured flat. Once you find that out, you can either go about your day knowing Earth's measured flat, because it is, or you can support me in telling others that Earth's measured flat, in which case you hang around and hopefully support me financially, because that's the only way I pay the bills. But there's no obligation whatsoever. And once you found that information out, it's not stuck behind a paywall. You go, well, what measurement? Well, I'll do like I did earlier and go, well, miles, for example, linear distance flat with regards to a Cartesian system. Maps, for example, that are all flat. That's because Earth's flat. Those distances are flat. That's how we measure Earth. In miles. What about elevations? How high or low things are with respect to sea level. Sea level! You know, all these things that are with reference to Earth and its measurements are always, without exception, flat. That's what Earth is. But again, I'm lost for where that could be me aggressively recruiting people. You don't have to tell anybody that. If you don't want to tell anybody that, don't. Okay? You don't have to bring more people back here. It'd be nice if you shared the show, but again, that's fairly standard YouTube fare. It would be unreasonable to call me a cult leader because I suggest people click the share button. That's just standard YouTube fare, right?
Okay.
Well, that kind of fits the heliocentric paradigm more. Everything that you're reading to me.
Are you not allowed to think anything other than globe if you're on a globe? Yeah, that's pretty much the case. Yeah, you might end up starting a channel called Fight the Flat Earth, specifically setting out to stop people talking about a counter opinion to the religion that you hold. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I see how you can infer that, Neil, easily.
I mean, it's so devastating that these people who, I mean, currently, how many kids right now are in school learning about the heliocentric model?
I think it's at least three, maybe more.
Three, maybe four.
Four?
And they hold to that model.
But yet you still have people who feel like it's their mission to come out here and defend the very thing that they learned when they were 3 years old. So it sounds like those are the people who don't want other people leaving their group, in quotes. You know what I mean?
Oh dear, sounds a little culty to me.
Yeah.
Is your group suspicious about the outside world?
Yep.
What are you suspicious about of the outside world? I spent quite a considerable amount of time in the outside world. I was looking for a box for a microphone in the garage with the kids running around screaming their heads off, running in and out of the car. But I mean, I had no real fear of the outside world when that was going on. Generally speaking, when I went to the tip to drop off the crappy old vacuum that was stuck in the back of the garage, no fear was felt.
That's not fair. You know, this subject is filled with conspiratorial minds. That one is a yes. Not necessarily for everybody in the group, but there is a portion of us that is.
I don't know. I'm more suspicious about the inside group of flat Earth.
What, the Patricia Steers, Robbie Davidsons, the Mark Sargents, the Eric DeBays. You're suspicious of the Nathan Oakleys. Why?
Not the Nathan Oakleys.
Oh, not your cult leader.
People that surrounded us.
King Nathan. You're suspicious of the shilly people who were flogging Bitcoin and are now accused of being paid off to pay for cars and such like. You're suspicious of them. the ones that everyone's kind of inferring that you should be suspicious of. I've been informed that I should be suspicious of these people also, Neil. I think you're on the you're definitely onto something here. You're on the right track, Neil. There's no doubt about it. Otherwise, why else would it be suggested that they're all shills? Anyway, does your group believe that they are right? The right religion, church, group, the ones, or the only ones who have the right teaching and doctrine? Yes, I do know I'm right, but that's just because the facts are irrefutable when it comes to Earth measurements. So, am I right? Absolutely, without question. Is it a debate or a discussion or something that's contentious? No, it's just Earth measurements, and they are ipso facto always flat. So, I mean, yes, and is there a problem with that? It is a problem if you've got a contrary belief that doesn't comport with the actual measurements of Earth that I'm talking about when I say I'm right, because I am. So that's one where I suppose I'd have to put a tick. Say again, Neil?
That's just the way it is. Earth is measured flat. I mean, it's not something that you made up. The fact.
But it's like having a staff meeting at a supermarket, right? And they say, right, just so you all know, we've definitely got the lowest prices on the carrots in town. We've price checked all of the fruit and veg, in fact, and you know, with a couple of exceptions, with the cheapest in town. And you go, right, so if anybody asks, any customers ask about the fruit and veg, just be sure to mention that we are the cheapest in town. Okay? So customer service guy goes outside and he's on the customer service till, and someone comes over and goes, just out of interest, customer talking to him, are you the cheapest in town for vegetables? I mean, it's a bloody amazing coincidence that should happen. But he says to the guy, you know what? I'm going to tell you for a fact, we are the cheapest in town when it comes to fruit and veg. And the customer turns around and says, you cult repeater! How dare you repeat this chanting fundamentalist religious belief about the price of fruit and veg that's been price checked? You're repeating your cult leader's beliefs. And the customer service guy goes, no, it's just cheaper than everyone else's. That's it. It's not really something that I'm repeating as a member of a cult. I mean, you could say I'm a Walmart culty, but I mean, that's just the case. In this case, we're cheaper than everyone else. Doesn't make me part of a cult. Same with me as a flat earther. When I say, yeah, that's just how Earth's measured. It's not really like I'm putting out something contentious that you could suggest is not the case, when it's the facts in the matter for everyone always.
You know, that this is one of the reasons, and the previous question about the idea of a conspiracy is why I fight so hard to defend people when they're accused of being shills, or they're, you know, that they don't have to be. The Earth can be flat and not everyone be in on it. Those two things don't have to go together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I take the same attitude to that, which is I wouldn't care if there were. If you know, it's like, right, it doesn't change how it's measured, does it?
No, we're already in a category error by in the realm of belief. That's the second thing I rail against.
Okay. Cults exercise control over their followers. The leader determines the rules, laws, and expects to be obeyed, or else there are consequences. Rules, laws can include what you can't wear, where you can't live, who you can't eat with, who you can't marry. There's a lot of things about what you can't do. What job you can't do, who you can't keep company with, what education you can't receive. I don't really understand this. You just put this together. What your stance is to those who have left the group, and many more. Are there any of the above such rules, laws in your group?
Are there things that we're not allowed to say?
I think that's what it's saying. Is there circumstances where I would say, no, you aren't allowed that particular job, or you're not allowed to date that ball earther because they're
Well, they
not.
got one. It's don't say 90.
We don't say that. That's our opponents that tell us don't mention 90. Not
That's
us.
what I'm saying. They got one. They got a couple.
We have literally had
interesting, isn't
videos
it?
where people in the video have questioned a videographer. I can't remember the name of the videographer to credit this specifically, but we, as a group, covered this, where someone was writing and saying, my girlfriend's a flat earther, should have dumped her because of it. And that was put to the videographer. And they're like, you know, she's a flat earther. So kind of like, well, the cult that is heliocentrism would suggest that people who aren't part of your heliocentric cult aren't worthy of breeding with. That is very much something that is considered. We have covered that, where heliocentrists have pondered whether or not it's worthy continuing a relationship with somebody because they're a flat earther. So, you know, obviously, again, it doesn't directly relate to us, but it relates to our opponents being religious bull-believing fundies who stand in the face of flat earth measurements or utilise them to assert they're on a ball. Flat earth measurements, that is. Emotional separation. Cults are not happy when members leave. I don't care if you leave. Leave what? What are you going to leave? After telling you that Earth's measured flat, is there something to walk away from? I'm really confused.
Walk where?
Walk like an Egyptian, I guess.
I can guarantee you any direction you walk will be with respect to a flat plane, though.
Therefore, those who leave are treated negatively. Remaining members, even family members, distance themselves emotionally, often shunning and ostracizing ex-members. They now see them as unclean, evil, deceived, apostate, and opposer, etc. If you were to leave your religious group, now it's being given a more hyper-specific title, it's religious group now. Would remaining members, even family members, separate themselves from you, whereby there would be any emotional detachment? Whereby there would be any emotional detachment? Question mark. Yes or no?
Well, I can think of a lot of flat earthers whose families have shut them out because they've, questioned that they live on a ball. So the people who oppose us seem to be in a cult.
Okay. I mean, I haven't experienced that from my ball-believing relatives. I've just discussed it with them and then we've either disagreed or agreed. But in any event, physical separation. Cults separate families. This is how it works. A member of a family leaves. The cult now separates the remaining family members with laws and rules. These dictate who can now no longer have normal family life, in quotes, with that member who has left. For example, they are no longer allowed to freely eat and drink with them. They are no longer allowed to stay or live with them. They are no longer allowed to go on holiday with them. They are no longer allowed to celebrate the birth of their children or go to their wedding. They are no longer allowed to fully join in any funeral arrangements. They are no longer allowed to celebrate birthdays or special occasions. Isn't the birth of their children? Never mind. Or special occasions with them. They are no longer allowed to go shopping with them. They are no longer allowed to contact them. They are no longer allowed to have coffee with them. They are no longer allowed to have cake with them. They are no longer allowed to have biscuits with them. They are no longer allowed to mow the lawn with them. They are no longer allowed to watch movies with them. They are no longer allowed to consume YouTube with them. They are no longer allowed to watch television with them. Yeah, we kind of got it after about the first one. If you were to leave your religious group, would remaining members separate themselves from you? Isn't this kind of automatically inferred by the first part of the question? If you were to leave your religious group, okay, so in the first statement, I have now removed myself from a group. There's a group of people, a circle, let's say, and I was inside that circle, but based on question 10, if I was to leave that circle, okay, so I'm now not in the circle, would the remaining members separate themselves from you? Ipso facto, I'm not in the circle. So this is a stupid question. Who wrote this crap? You're an idiot. Given that we're going through the book at the moment and pulling out all sorts of anomalies like this exact one, it's really understandable that this can happen when you're writing a piece like this and crapping it out onto the internet like this author has. How dare you? Anyway, so the question would be, would you ever have experienced any of the above examples? Have you ever been separated where you are unable to watch YouTube with a family member? Were you not allowed to eat cake with that family member? Was tea and biscuits not on the table?
Hold on, I've gotten to some discussions with my son where I had to remove myself from the dinner table.
You had to remove yourself. Once you had removed yourself, did you feel that you were detached from that group, Neil?
I made a rule, no more talking about cosmology while at the dinner table.
I said that to my wife in bed last night.
Well, what is cosmology? Is that the study of the stars or the ground?
The logic of the stars. Cosmos logic.
Well, my son's always talking about the stars, so, you know, the what do you call it? 2 points in the sky, and so I guess, yeah, the stars.
Right. So that's fine. You could make that rule and still talk about flat Earth, you know, but he can't.
Yeah, because he goes right to the stars with that. And it's always the 2 points in the sky. Now I'm going to have to go and admit to him, yeah, there are two, because you seem to all think that.
What was the other thing we were going to do? Somebody else wanted to do something after that.
Eli's video.
What was the other thing you wanted to do, Eli? Oh, he's obviously buggered off at the most crucial moment. Yeah, he said he wanted to cover something. I just can't remember what he wanted to cover.
He wanted to cover the Lord Jamar
Oh, I
video.
went on mute. My bad. I was talking. I thought. Yeah, the Lord Jamar versus the Dave Farina debate or conversation that happened on Godfrey the comedian's channel. Well, he's more than just a comedian. But good dude overall. Now, I want to apologize to Lord Jamar. I'm going to be apologizing to Lord Jamar for some time because I put him in the same camp as the Dave Weisses, because why the hell? I don't even know if I want to come at Dave Weiss. I just don't like the silly stuff that's been going on, Dave Weiss. But other than that, Lord Jamar, I'm not going to put you in that because I saw what you were up against when you were having the conversation on Godfrey's. It's the typical, gaslight the flat earther, belittle the flat earther, be a bigot to the flat earther, basically rile you up until you're at the point like, all right, mother effer. And then everyone looks at you, because you're the flat earther, as the person like, oh my God, chill out, man. Have some decorum on my show. That's the kind of feel that I got from Godfrey when he was explaining what happened. So I never actually got to see the beginning of the debate. And I just took Godfrey's word for it. But really, nah, I'm not feeling the way Dave Farina was coming at Lord Jamar. So I wanted us to just go ahead and review it like we review any other video. But I wanted to say I apologize to Lord Jamar. And I'd love to have a conversation with him and get stuff tight if we
You got a
could.
link to it?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
No worries. 86 people watching. Please share the show if you've not done so already. It's like 2 clicks to put the show on to whatever social media platform you currently interact with. Be it Skype or Bebo or MySpace or whatever it is you're currently using. So please share the show. I actually thought Eli would have dug out the link in that short pause there.
Well, did Lord Jamar allow him to take him to that place?
What place would that be, Neil? I have no idea what we're referencing.
The place where he's getting angry and bitter and, all right, mother effer, if you allow him to take you there, I mean, come on. But I didn't hear it yet. I'll reserve my opinion. Let me hear it first.
Neil, you allow people to take you there like every week. What are you talking about?
No, I don't. I go right to the measurements of Earth. They don't take me nowhere. I take them.
I know this guy. This is the guy that was exposing Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, right? And saying, you got to be firm with him. You got to say no. Right? That's the one. Is this the same guy?
No, I think you're talking about Cat Williams.
Oh, is it a different guy? Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
My name is
Hear you now.
This is fucked up. Oh, it's just another way of getting money. Fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? They never had tolls when you guys went to boroughs ever, right? It never was like that, right?
You could
I mean,
probably start it
battery you
around
carry.
8 minutes.
Okay.
And he's
That comes
in
from
the
Brooklyn.
Trained doctors
When you
that have
follow
lied
the money,
to black people about health.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
but we-
say
but
whatever
how
the
did
money tells them to
nobody
say.
is saying that didn't
Nobody,
happen.
no scientist is
Nobody's
getting
saying that didn't
funded if they do not say what the money wants them to say, sir.
Okay, that's conspiracy.
Science, no, it's
That's
not. It's
fact.
real.
Yeah,
It's
every-
a fucking fact.
But you don't get to say
Science
that
is a
everything
religion
is that
now.
way. You don't
Science
get to say
is
that.
a religion. It is
No, it isn't.
not
Science is not
what
a
you
religion.
think it is.
That's
Oh, yes, it
ridiculous.
is.
That's
And
absurd.
This is
people
great.
That is
worship
absurd.
at the altar of science.
No.
Well, they're wrong too. They don't know what science is. You're mistakenly calling pseudoscience science and saying that people worship at the altar of it. Correctly phrased, people worship at the altar of pseudoscience. I'd give you that. But it does have to be corrected.
Nobody's
And these
worship at the
people are your
altar.
new fucking deacons and bishops, and you believe.
No, they're not. That's a stereotyping fallacy. Is this, what's this guy's name? Is this Godfrey, the guy talking?
That they have the power.
Let's
They're
go.
closer to
Let's
God
go.
than anybody else.
This-
No. Hang on a second.
You
My
don't
whole
get it.
disclaimer.
The guy that's
That's
talking
Lord
now is
Jamar.
Lord Jamar.
Yes.
Guy on the right, yeah?
My whole disclaimer before we even start this bullshit, okay, is that hang on. I issued a challenge, Godfrey,
Mhm.
to even come here to talk
Yes.
to talk to Mr. Whoever,
Right.
scientist man,
Right.
that if he can present me a working model of a ball that water sticks to the
As
outside
it's
of
rotating.
it. Yes, as it rotates.
Yeah, you almost did quite well there. Just put a full stop. Show me a working model of your globe. Full stop.
I'll gladly sit down and have a talk with him. He hasn't showed me such model. I can give you a model right now as we sit here.
Oh, is Dave around? Is he there?
He's on.
I
Can he hear us?
A model right now.
I can hear you guys.
Hey, Dave! Hey, Dave.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Dave. It's Godfrey. How
With
are
a
you? I don't
concave
see
bowl.
you.
Doing good.
You're doing good.
Can you guys see me?
Hey.
What up, Dave?
Dave, are you Dave the scientist?
I'm the one that contacted you, Dave.
Are you Dave the scientist?
Yeah, he's the one
I'm a
that
science
contacted you.
communicator.
Science.
Right, you're a science communicator, are you? Who gave you that title? No, you're a lying shit stain.
He
You're lying
did.
about your accreditation. You're lying about your qualifications. You've given your YouTube channel false accreditation for you, Dave. You're just nobody, Dave. Yeah? Not Professor Dave, not Science Communicator Dave, Dickhead Dave maybe, but you're definitely not anything. You're just Dave.
Science communicator.
You're also a wanker. The fact that you have to ascribe yourself that title. Oh, what, like Professor Dave? What is it that the question that was being asked of us earlier in that cult questionnaire about ascribing yourself certain titles? Just go and have a look. Bear with me.
I believe it was. Do you require? Are you required?
Does your leader have impressive, made-up names or titles? Professor Dave, you are not a professor. That is an impressive, what professor, made up, what bullshit that he made up, name or title. Yeah, this, let's just say it like it is, wanker has an impressive made up title, doesn't he? In this case, professor. No, he isn't. Did he just make up a new title for himself? Science communicator. Yeah, it seems like we're going to have to start ticking off some of the things on our little cult list, aren't we? Because straight away, first words out of his mouth, he's got a little title.
Give us the whole name. Professor Dave, Science Communicator. Wow.
You're not a professor, and you're not a science communicator. So it's just a bullshit, lied about, made up, impressive title, self-ascribed by this dickhead wanker. That's what it actually is. Straight off the cult playlist, dickhead Dave.
Well, hey, how you doing? First
What
time
does that
meeting
mean?
you.
Different.
Science communicator.
Science communicator. Okay.
Okay. So you're just going to accept this cult wanker and his made-up title? Okay, I don't accept this cult wanker's made-up title. On the contrary. No, he's not a professor. No, he's not a science communicator. That's just some made-up title.
Well, here you are. You do not believe in the flat Earth theories, and
Pound says within 10 minutes he uses a flat Earth measurement.
you are. I've been taught that the Earth has been round for a long time, and when the flat Earth thing came around, I said, "Okay, what's this about?" And then I listened to some of the flat Earth stuff, and you know what?
Sorry, that sounds silly now, I hear it. You listen to some of the flat Earth stuff. Sorry, did the ground whisper to you, sir? What flat Earth stuff did you listen to? The ground can't talk. It's a reification fallacy. It doesn't have lips. Meanwhile, the ground, in terms of what we utilize, measure, fly over, build on, navigate, chart, map, that's flat. So don't listen to the ground and its whisperings next time, and then you won't be made to look stupid by me, who's pointing out how you've just cucked to a cult leader and his stupid made-up titles. Okay, end quote, my friend. Definitely not. You're cucking to a cult leader, it would seem. I mean, I don't know, we'll get to maybe a few of the little aspects of Dave's behavior later, we'll see.
Some of the stuff made sense. I was like, that kind of makes sense. And then, when you hear about what you've always been learning about, well, that kind of makes sense. And then when I talk to, actually, Dave, when I talk to a fighter pilot, and then they go like 50,000 feet, or way higher than.
Sorry, 50,000 feet off sea level? Well, I mean, you're not Dave, but I've given him 10 minutes. There's, 35 seconds, and you're already talking about the height of an aeroplane above the sea level. That's a flat Earth prerequisite right there. Feet, linear distance.
Dear.
Height, up, off a flat plane. Everything you've just described about this first example before you've made the example requires a flat plane of reference for your height above it, parallel, perpendicular with it.
Than commercial jet. I say, have you seen curvature? He goes, yeah, we see the curvature of the Earth.
What, from a height described from sea level? Measured? With accurate instruments that stop him from falling out of the sky? Well, you're measuring a flat Earth to describe what you think you can see in the form of a horizontal reference also used with sextants in aeroplanes.
That's what he said. I was like,
I've seen multiple videos where they say no.
You talk about now.
So why is it they're going to now immediately appealing to what they've seen in videos? whispers from the ground and what you've seen in videos and what a fighter pilot said when he's flying. Sorry, flat Earth is the ground and how flat it is. And don't get me wrong, I can extrapolate out plenty of flat Earth evidence from a flight in terms of, for a start, your use of its height above the ground, that's surface level. Surface level, sea level, these are flat Earth prerequisites. Go ahead, John.
I think what this is two believers having a debate. One believes it's a ball, one of them believes it's flat, but neither one knows. So that's why it's turned into a debate.
And yet one of them's given himself some silly little title of science communicator and professor. How interesting.
We're supposed to take care of your video over a pilot who has thousands of hours.
Yo, Fatty, which pilot did you speak to? You taking a third-hand account of a pilot and what he alleged to have seen? Yeah, I saw curvature. Curvature of what? We haven't even had any specificity about curvature of what he's actually claiming to have seen when he's describing it to you third-hand and you've accepted it without questioning it at all. So without having met this pilot, you don't even know his name, you're automatically accepting this bullshit story. Third-hand. Wow. The discernment level's off the scale, isn't it, Fatty?
We've seen multiple pilots say that it's
so Dave.
flat.
So who's okay?
Yes.
Who's going to go first? Tell us, Dave, why you are against what he believes. How about that?
Yeah, flat Earth is the dumbest hoax in human history.
Measured flat. He's just giving you an example with height above sea level. So when you say it's a dumb hoax, are you saying that his height above sea level is incorrect? Because you're just challenging the host based on his evidence? He just gave it you with a flight and it's height above sea level.
Jamar just watched some videos by Eric Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit, memorized what he says, and repeats it and pretends to be intelligent. Instead, everything you say is...
Why are you challenging Eric Dubé? He's not there.
No, he just no. What is that? Is what he just did is said all Lord Jamar's done is watch Eric Dubé's videos.
But he
That's
hasn't
what he
mentioned,
just did.
nobody's mentioned Eric Dubé once. It's the first time it's been mentioned.
He is either, in his own mind, said Eric Dubé is an authority within the flat Earth community, or he is trying to make people in the flat Earth community ascribe to Eric Dubé. It's one of two things happening.
Okay.
so insanely stupid and can be disproven with like...
Yeah, you've said that already. Okay, stupid. We got it. In your opinion, it's stupid. Okay, measurements of Earth being flat are stupid. Seems kind of silly to assert that a measurement of an Earth that's flat is stupid. I don't know why you describe it in that way. It's just a measurement. You've ascribed it this title of stupidity. Fine. That, to me, just suggests you don't understand how Earth measures.
middle school level physics.
Really?
So,
Physics? What, as in the study of the physical and natural world? No, we're talking about measurements. That's a category error. I thought you were a science communicator. What a wanker. Physics? No. Maths. We're going to be measuring Earth if we're going to describe its flatness. That's not physics. That would be natural science, the study of the physical and natural world. That's physics. This is not a science subject, you stupid twat.
so yeah, we can go ahead and you can
Let's
rattle off
do
your
it.
debate talking points.
Do you have a
I'll tell you how
working
you're
model
wrong.
of a ball that has water sticking to the outside of it? Can you show me a
Okay,
working model
wet
of that?
a tennis ball.
But, yes, wet.
It has nothing
And
to
that,
do
but
with
no.
anything.
That's
What
not
do- what do
water
you even-
sticking to
what
a
does
That's a total fail.
ball.
mean?
That's saturation of water on the
Okay,
ball.
so
I
let's
want you to show me where water sticks to the outside of a ball
Yeah.
as it spins. It doesn't go to the
Okay,
equator of the
so-
ball and
all right,
spin
buddy,
off.
I heard what you said. I
Show
heard what
me
you
a
said. I'm
working
not gonna
model,
talk
sir.
about it.
Okay, hang on.
You said something very
Show
stupid. I'm
me
gonna
a
explain to
working
you how it's
model.
stupid.
Okay.
The reason that things stick to the Earth is because the Earth...
That's not what he asked. So
No,
he asked you to show him.
exactly. Yeah, I didn't ask you for an explanation or a reason. You said you had a model. I want to see it. What the hell
Exactly.
are you doing?
Where's the working model? Stick to that.
Yeah. Why launch into some nonsense that's unrelated about what things should be working as? The reason Dave's not answered this is because he was dropped on his head. I mean, I'm just going to make up some shite. Why not? Non-related, non-sequitur, but Dave can do it, so can I. He looks this way because he was dropped on his face. Yeah? like quite young, dropped on his face. That's why he looks that way, like he's been hit in the face with a shovel. It's completely non sequitur, but why not? Let's just drop it in there.
Earth is extremely massive, so it generates
That's a baseless assertion fallacy.
a very large gravitational field.
That's a begging the question fallacy. So that's 3 fallacies within, 5 seconds?
When water falls off of a ball, whatever ball you're talking about, to the Earth, it's
Asked you to show him a model where water sticks to the bottom of it and doesn't fly off. Now you're explaining an answer to a question A, you haven't been asked to answer, and B, isn't pertinent to his point that you're now affirming. So when water falls off the bottom of a ball, okay, so his point, okay, Jamar managed it. It's because this man was obviously dropped on his head as a child and retarded.
Objection. The description of water falling down to the surface of Earth requires a horizontal plane of reference to give you a vector of down. Your 10 minutes is up.
Oh yeah, so there you go. He didn't need 10 minutes. There's only a couple of minutes in, but you've already used down. No. You have in and out only on your religious belief of being in, if you're going to describe any mathematics of measurements of Earth, a ball, but for you by reification on a ball not capable of measurement when it comes to any reference to anything ever. Nevertheless, when you are on your surface, you don't have an up and a down. There is no horizontal reference plane on a surface of a sphere. So when you describe things falling down, you will require a flat Earth for that, Dave. So I'm going to get pissy with him immediately. Don't use our measurements. Don't describe things as falling down or perpendicular to a plane that you don't have, dumb sphere-believing clown shoes that's been hit in the face with a shovel. You idiot. Why are you, some sort of crazy cult-believing cuck? Cucking to this nonsense about a sphere that doesn't have a plane of reference for things to go down towards, perpendicular with respect to. Idiot! Don't use our flat Earth measurements. Science communicating crackhead.
It's because of the large gravitational field exerted by the Earth.
What the hell is this begging the question garbage? Gravitational field? What, things being pulled down by a field? Look up at the clouds, you daft twat. Are they going down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash, moron? Look up at the clouds.
Earth. So when you're talking about water sticking to a ball,
he can't say that. He can't say that. Gravitational force is only with respect to an inertial plane. Is he asserting Earth's an inertial plane to have gravity?
Pulling things down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash when clouds are up? Yeah, you'll need a flat plane for that.
Desired demonstration of gravity fails.
Nobody asked for a demonstration of gravity. You were asked to show ball with water on the bottom, not falling off.
Because gravity exists.
No, that's not a demonstration of water not falling off a ball as you were asked for. Now, this is weak. The fact that you are incapable of overcoming it, Dave, is absolutely pathetic. I can't believe Jamal's got a point out of this. But nevertheless, credit to you, man. You managed to squeeze a point out of this. Unbelievable.
No.
I was out on the video.
Fall to the ground.
There is density and buoyancy, sir. Gravity is not some magical thing that makes things drop to.
We heard the nonsense cockwaffle. I mean, I interrupted it by pausing the video, but now he's getting a response, and Dave's immediately waffling through the top of it.
The ground. It depends the medium that it is.
Notice we can still hear Dave's voice. Yo, wanker, with your science communicator title, why don't you shut the hell up? You're being responded to. Yeah, this is why assholes like you, you will only go in a place that will tolerate this shit. Now, the guy, he's going to allow this, I am in no doubt. Now, me, why would I allow this arsehole to talk through another guest that's right in front of me? Yeah? Why isn't his guy on the right-hand side to him going, oi, Dave, shut up. Can you not hear him talking, dickhead?
Is in if I drop something in this water, depending on how heavy it is, it's going to sink or float.
Wait, I want you all to talk, but
Sorry, you want you all to talk. Why is it suddenly everybody's got to be blamed for this? No. Dave's a wanker talking straight through a guest that's right next to you, but suddenly everybody's got to calm down. No. Your man is responding to what he just said, that barrage of shit that did not address the actual claim or application for a ball to be shown with water sticking to the bottom of it as a model. That's what he was asked for. Now, he gave a barrage of shite in response. We heard it, unimpeded. Now, his opponent's responding to that, and we're still hearing Dave. But apparently, according to the host, everybody's got to be quiet? Not just Dave, the wanker who's interrupting him.
I want to hear both.
First of all, this guy.
You do want to hear both of them. What, at the same time? Oh, right, so it's cool. You want to hear both of them, Dave included, at the same time. No, Dave's just a wanker.
Came out real disrespectful, talk about the stupidest shit. Like if he was in this room, I'd be
still hearing Dave through the top of him. He's getting an address. Dave's an abject coward. All he can do is yatter through the top of anybody that opposes him. What an utter coward. Can you not tolerate a few sentences after your cockwaffle, Dave, that didn't address the thing that was put to you about having a ball model with water on the bottom of it? Your cockwaffle didn't address any of that, Dave, so we think we need to hear our own voice incessantly from this point forward, do we? You're a dick.
Smacking the shit out of him right now.
First of all, science.
Okay.
It's all bullshit.
Look at his smug face. He knows he's a cunt, doesn't he? He knows that he's talking straight through the person that's responding to him, and he doesn't give a shit. This is your only tactic, you pathetic twat. This is all you do, isn't it, Dave? Yeah? If you did come here, like I invited you, Dave, by the way, turned me down. I asked him to come debate me. He said no. He's a coward. An abject clown that can only yatter through anything that he has that opposes him. What a coward.
Sorry, I was gonna say I'm not even watching it, but you said he's smiling. I'm sure he's smiling because he got Lord Jamar to react the way he wanted him to react. Right now he's pissed off and cursing at him when he started it off with an ad hoc. So yeah, he got the desired result.
Yeah, that's the game, isn't it? If you can drag them down to your level, then it's no longer about the topic. It is about how you are reacting to me.
Shit.
Right, sir? You know that, right?
What you say.
No, Dave hasn't stopped, by the way. Let's just see how many times Dave stops talking.
You know that, right?
The entire body of scientific knowledge. Let me respond to the insanely...
You haven't stopped talking, Dave. You're asking for permission to respond, but you're talking through him. His response to you has not been unimpeded. We heard you witter on about gravity completely unimpeded. We heard you beg the question of forces. And we heard you reference down with respect to a plane. That's what we heard, unimpeded. Now it's non-stop wanker time, isn't it? Incessant cockwaffle from a cunt that will not stop until his opponent gets annoyed at him while he smiles at the fact that he's being that complete cunt. And he won't stop. He won't shut up, and he'll appeal to the moderator for his turn to talk when he hasn't stopped waffling through his opponent. Yeah, Dave, you're an arsehole. That's all you are. You're a wanker. You're a pathetic wanker. And this is the platform that affords you that wank, isn't it? Yeah? Somebody that allows you to non-stop chat your shit and never take breath or pause or allow a rebuttal to come your way unimpeded. You pathetic coward. Shout out to Jardo. Jave is my favourite Glober. Says Jardo. You also gifted 10 memberships. Thank you very much indeed for the support, Jardo. I really appreciate it.
Stupid thing you said.
I want you to respond to my... Let him talk, Dave. Okay, we're going to talk about what pseudoscience.
Okay, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Density is not a force. It requires a...
Sorry, he was still going ahead. He hadn't stopped. There has been no point at all whatsoever that Dave has paused, but yet you're giving him the permission to carry on. He's still talking. He hadn't stopped.
What happened to the model he was supposed to show that he claimed he had?
He's not showing that.
That's why he hasn't stopped.
A force to produce an acceleration.
That was the crap that you offered up in response to him offering you the suggestion of providing evidence for your bullshit that you begged the question of. No, suggesting a force again. We heard it the first time, Dave. Yeah? Maybe it would be interesting to hear somebody else talk other than you non-stop.
Things accelerate towards the Earth.
Really? What a fuckwit! Look up at the clouds, you stupid batshit insane dickhead! Were you dropped on your head, retard? Look up at the clouds! Yo, shit for brains! Did mommy drop you on your head? No! Maybe the water cycle wasn't taught to you in spastic school. Definitely not the case. Hasn't been the case for 110 years. You are not a science communicator, Mr. I'm going to ascribe myself titles I don't deserve. All things go down. What a spastic. Do you not know what a cloud is, Dave? Dave, why would you be telling people that you're a science communicator when you don't even know what a cloud is and are asserting that all things go down, go boom, boom? Are the clouds going down, go boom, boom, dick brain?
Density's a scalar. It's not...
Really? Is the density scaling the clouds to go down, dick brain? I'm thinking no, dickhead.
a force. It can't make things...
Sorry, what is that force doing to the clouds there, dickhead? Is it making the clouds go down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash, dickhead? No, you're just a wanker. Your incessant verbal diarrhea won't change your stupid shit for brains notions that only a man dropped on his head could utter when it's 110 years out of date. No, mate. Mass ain't attracting mass. Gas isn't going down, go boom, boom. Look up at the clouds, you utter fuckwit.
Things move. Buoyancy, there's a buoyant force, but it has gravity in the equation. Buoyancy only exists when gravity exists.
Gravity in the equation bent pseudo-Riemannian space-time dimensions. You think that's causing things to go down, go boom, boom, do you?
You know, an interesting aspect of mathematics is when you have two equations that have commons within them, you can just take that common out. So if gravity's in both equations, then just remove it. What are you left with?
Net force zero.
That's the
Yeah, so there's nothing there.
No, there's nothing there. There's nothing asserting a force of down and hasn't been the case for 110 years. Bent's pseudo-geometry invented by a man named Einstein isn't a force. It's not pulling, it's not pushing, it's not creating buoyancy. It's bollocks. But this man calls himself a science communicator. What's some title that he's ascribed himself so he can lead a little cult of other twats repeating his bullshit that's wrong because they can't crick their necks upward because Dave says there's a force of down. No, you're in a cult. You stupid dickhead cult leader Dave here thinks he's a science communicator, end quote him. Why? Well, he just described himself, that dickhead title, when telling you things go down.
Bullshit. You think that things fall down
Now he's telling people about the assertion he's just made about things going down.
because the air...
Sorry, clouds go down, go boom, boom, dickhead. You're telling your opponent that he thinks things go down because they don't. Gas. It's surrounding you, stupid shit for brains retard.
is less dense. The air is less dense above the object.
So the air itself isn't going down, you stupid clown. How dumb are you?
Too. So why the fuck don't things fall up?
What, like the gases? Look up at the clouds! Are you a spastic? Look up! Oh my god!
Can you
Things
explain
do
that to me?
fall up. You fucking asshole.
What
Bubbles,
fall up?
bubbles
Nothing
go
falls
up, you stupid fuck. Fucking
Wow.
evaporation goes up, you dickhead.
Yeah, exactly, you stupid retard. Look up at the clouds, you spastic.
Like,
That's
what the
not
fuck are you
falling.
talking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's just let this play out, because you have the same sentiment as me. What the fuck is Dave on about? What a stupid retard.
Talking about?
That's not a. That's because there's
it's
wind.
because it's lighter than the fucking density it's in.
Doesn't a bubble?
How can
doesn't
a fly defy
doesn't a bubble
gravity?
fall? Doesn't
How
a,
can a fucking tadpole defy gravity? You fucking shithead.
Tadpole defy gravity? What the?
Yes.
Fuck are you talking
How does
about?
anything swim through? If gravity is holding down oceans that are tons of fucking of fucking force, how does anything swim through the ocean? How do you fucking lift your legs off the fucking ground?
So things can
you
exert
fucking
force.
cockbag.
Let him answer.
Okay.
Muscles. Birds have wings.
This is garbage. I mean, it's an attempt.
He had a point with evaporation, though.
Yeah, but he didn't stick to it, did he? He's now gone to the oceans for some reason to the fish swimming around in neutral buoyancy. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was so close to it when he said evaporation. I applauded him, and then he's going off the tadpoles. I don't know, but
Right,
he was
you
doing
can-
great up until that.
Exert
They have
force,
wings.
which allows you to accelerate. Right? Doesn't that make sense? If you jump or if you throw a ball, you're exerting force and you are counteracting gravity until that momentum runs out. You throw a ball, it goes up, and then it falls back down.
Oh, I see. So gas go down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash, dick brain. You are a retard. No, gas doesn't behave that way, you stupid shit for brains dickhead. Have you never studied gas behavior? You think gas runs out of energy and comes back down? Oh, yeah, of course. The falling gas particles all around us all day long, they all fall down from the sky, don't they? That's where gas gets produced. It just gets produced in those magical sky factories and then falls down like frickin' rain. No, dum-dum. Gas expands in all directions. It's not falling down. Obviously, dickhead science community area doesn't know how gas behaves. Definitely not going down. Definitely not being pulled down. Definitely no force of freaking gravity working on it. You are thick.
Speaking
Why do
of
things fall down?
Like the clouds, shit for brains, like the gas you're breathing. Are you having to suck up the gas with a straw from the ground? Or is it all around you? Not going down.
Hey, Nathan,
Go ahead.
I just had a thought. It's slightly related to this video, but what do you need to have entropy move everything in all directions?
What do you need to have entropy moving things in all directions?
You need all the directions, right? You need a Cartesian plane coordinate system to describe entropy from.
I see what you're saying. You're saying entropic dispersion would be described within a Cartesian system, correct?
Yeah, that's the only way you can describe it.
Same with anything else, entropic dispersion, osmosis, anything. It would all be Cartesian if you're going to describe it mathematically ever, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it's literally that fundamental to our understanding.
Sure. It's just we've got a crackhead who thinks that things go down when dispersion, gases specifically, no, it's not going down. It disperses equally in all directions, all vectors equally. He's an idiot. Furthermore, gas comes out of the ground. That's where it's produced. At ground level. Like with the trees and things like that, with the puddles and things like that. That's where the gases are produced, at ground level. Which way are they going? There's only one way they can't go, and that's down. They can only go up. This shithead dick thinks that he's a science communicator. He's saying things go down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash. It's an always statement according to him. And yet the only direction that gases can't go is down. They're coming out of the ground and going up.
Speaking of momentum, do things
No.
energy?
Why do things?
Yeah, Dave yattering through the top of a question that he's detecting might come his way that he might have to answer. You coward bitch. Did you detect that you might be asked something? So no, I'm not going to be asked anything.
Fall
The
down.
subject. Why don't things fall
Why
up?
do-
Why don't things fall up like the fucking clouds, you dickhead? Were you dropped on your head, you spastic? Look up at the clouds. What are you breathing? Where do you think they came from, those gases that you're breathing? Did they come from the sky? Oh, let me just glance up at the sky factories producing all the gases. Oh, there aren't any.
only fall down?
Why do they-
Only fall down. Yeah, gas go down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash. You're as dumb as Thunderfoot.
things fall up?
No. Why
What, like the clouds? Yeah, they do, you shit for brains.
Why do things fall down?
Well, like clouds.
Only. Why don't they fall up? This is what he's.
What, like clouds? Are we all clear that clouds are, by their vernacular, falling up? Is everybody clear on this fact? Anybody here deny clouds? Yo, shit for brains on this show. Nobody here denies clouds. Are you all stupid? Hello?
That would be evaporation.
What's stuff going up? No, that can't be the case. This science communicating retard Dave says all things go down. That can't be the case. What do you mean evaporation, things going up? How dare you defy this science communicating retard who was clearly dropped on his frickin' head?
Yeah, clouds don't fall in any direction. They're at a state of neutral buoyancy, right? They're not going up or down.
What about the gases that created them? To be specific, I'm being called out here. What about the gases that created them, John?
Yeah, they had to get up there somehow.
Up, you... No, definitely not.
Again, light things will rise.
Only with wind, which is a force.
No, it's not.
Only with wind? Really? So you couldn't have a really calm day and a bit of sunshine evaporating the puddles on the ground from the night before? That couldn't happen. Only with wind? Really? Do you not think that that process could create wind? Like create pressure differentials? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm no meteorologist.
Only with wind.
Things don't float. Nothing floats.
You're describing the causes of the wind, mate. That's why we have it.
Doesn't a ball fall up? The air
because
above the ball
it is
less
dense.
than the ball.
Because it is dense.
Because what's...
To be fair, we've got a tata. Yeah. But he did it straight through the top of Dave, though, didn't he? I can't really give Dave endless criticism for doing it, and then he's doing it to Dave. It's like, pfft. But then again, I could say he's been riled up, but no justification.
But they're I mean, he's being ganged up on by Godfrey's panel member and Dave. So the panel member is asking him why things don't fall up. And he's trying to answer, but Dave keeps talking.
Yeah, almost feels justified in how Jamar is answering him, because it does feel like he's getting ganged up on. And you know what, Professor Dave, he's a piece of shit. So in a way, like, I don't feel no way about him being spoken like this, because he probably needs it.
Why are they saying fall up? It's called rise.
Yeah, they're describing something that's only ever going to be perpendicular to a plane when they say up. They don't get to use up.
But why are they saying fall up? That's like trying to say up and down in the same phrase. You know, it's stupid.
Is that what you're saying
That
now?
don't even make sense. That's not even what
the ball
what you're saying.
is dense. If it's in regular air, it will fall to the ground. If it was in, say, a gel, if it was in a gel, what's the ball gonna do?
Okay, I
it's
don't
just
know
going to
about what
stop
the fuck you're
there,
talking about
right?
The gel in the air. Why doesn't a ball
it
fall
depends
up?
on the medium.
Ask the question and then.
What does falling up have to do with anything? I don't understand.
Because
You
think
he said there's no such thing as gravity. You said there's no such thing as gravity.
Why do things fall down to the ground?
Because they're
now
heavy.
There's 3 people, right? There's Dave, there's Fatty, and then there's Godfrey. So it's like, what is Lord Jamar supposed? He's being asked a question, and then all 3 of them are talking. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, shit. It's just chaos.
Because they have density.
Okay, what is heavy? What is weight? Do you even know what weight is?
It's not.
Why? Why is this even on the table? Who cares? Go on, John.
It's not just density. You're saying it wrong if you're saying it's just density, because it's the relative density between the air and the object you're discussing will decide its vector. That's not just density. You know what I mean?
He obviously knows that. He's just sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying he's just not being precise with his words, but like at the same time he's getting ganged up on. So it's like,
Weight.
It's your fucking head on your fucking shoulders, you fat
Oh,
head
someone's
bitch.
getting a little sassy. 'Cause
Like-
See, I already knew
That
this
was a
video was
start.
going to get demonetized. So it's like, if people are like, oh, why are you swearing so much? It's like, oh man, this is so far beyond monetization now. Who cares? But yeah, I feel it, man. I feel
That's
it.
Lord Jamar.
Yeah, I know.
That's Lord Jamar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like that? I'm at that point. I would be pissed off, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm completely empathizing with him. I just wanted to make sure that was Lord Jamar. I'm gonna find this dude's YouTube channel and subscribe immediately.
doesn't know the answer to the
Bro,
question. What
We're
does
not
weight
gonna
mean?
sit here and talk about all these.
We're not going to sit here and define words that you don't
Yes,
know. that you're
define
trying to
words. We're talking about what's heavy and what's light.
use. Yeah. So what does fucking heavy mean, dumbass? You said the word heavy. What is heavy? What is weight? What is weight? What does that mean? You don't know the definitions of the words you're using.
Bro.
Should I define
Okay,
weight? How do we
tell 'em-
define
Yeah,
it?
Tell us what
define
weight
weight.
is.
Here I go.
Look it up if you want.
A
Look it
body's
up on the
relative.
internet.
Oh, here we go. A body's relative mass or the quantity of matter contained by it, giving rise to a downward force. The heaviness, and then of course the heaviness of a person or thing.
By virtue of its position in a gravitational field. Things have weight because gravity
See,
exists.
you say these things. These
You
are
tell me the
definitions.
definitions of words,
These are
and I don't
definitions
know
that
what to
are
say.
that are given by people who are here
study
to
things and actually
who
know
are here to
things.
reinforce a certain position. I'm talking
Sweetie,
about common
money
sense
can't
shit.
change
Did
the
he just
laws
say,
of
sweetie?
physics.
Are
There's
you
no
fucking
amount of
homo?
money that
Did
can
this-
change the
Yo,
laws of
did this nigga just say, sweetie? Yo,
There's no conspiracy here. You can't change what gravity
listen.
is.
Oh, honey, were you dropped on your head? Could you not look at the freaking clouds when you started talking about things going down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash? When you gave a description of mere density without describing how relative the medium would have to be to that item within it. Yeah, it seems like you were dropped on your head there, sweetie. Yeah? Honey bun. Yeah? Are you a retard? Dropped on your head there, sweetie?
I'm
Or how
talking about common
electromagnetism
sense.
works.
I'm not getting
You
into all of this.
You're not talking
Do you
about
feel like you're
common
moving?
sense has nothing to do
Do
with
you
any of
feel
this stuff.
like you're
You
moving?
can't just intuit how the laws of physics work. You have
Bro.
to probe them and learn about them, study them.
Listen,
But laws of physics? What about second law of thermodynamics? Would you call that a law of physics? It's not. Physics.
no, not that one.
Not that one. What one that governs gas dispersion? You know, maybe if I were to confront you with the law of thermodynamics known as the second law of thermodynamics, Dave would what, shit his pants? Yeah, that's generally the behaviour of someone who gets dropped on their freaking head. They lose control of their bowels. I'm assuming Dave loses control of his bowels on a regular basis, given how well he's demonstrated his being dropped on his head and how stupid he is. Yo, dickhead! What gives?
That's what
we know
education is.
about these things, bro. And all this
we
shit
do
you're
and you
talking
don't.
about
You should learn
is
it.
some bullshit.
We do. What? Second law of thermodynamics, Dave. Gas disperses. Is that going down, go boom, boom? Does the gas have no mass in your world because it isn't going down? Because according to the vernacular of your people and your beliefs, it does. You've just explained that to this audience, haven't you now, Dave? It doesn't. Gas disperses in all directions. In fact, given that gases that we're experiencing are created at ground level, it can only go away from the ground. That would be up.
Like, do you know about crepuscular rays? What are crepuscular rays?
Perpuscular. I like perpuscular. Crepuscular.
It appears to diverge because of
Is he going with this? Dave's going with the crepuscular. Did you not notice the misplaced P, Dave? I love it. Maybe pay a bit more attention.
perspective, kind of like railroad tracks.
What do you mean
right?
appear?
Why are you appealing to perspective, Dave? You don't have perspective in your worldview.
Appears to diverge.
It appears to, from the perspective, from your.
Really? Where are you going to insert that into Earth curve mathematics, I wonder? You won't be. Dave is now currently hijacking a flat Earth only concept. That would be perspective. You don't have perspective on a globe, Dave. What are you talking about? Did you not pay attention to us pointing out for the last, 7 years that you've got a begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking Earth curve maths in an orthographic view? Oh dear. Dave doesn't seem to be keeping up to date with the flat Earth debate.
So can you trace the rays back to its source?
What do you mean? Yeah, okay, there's the sun. Sure. What?
How far
away?
away?
Know what you're trying to
how
say.
far
Like
away
you
is the sun? Is the sun 93 million miles?
And Jamar, you need to get your arguments from better sources. This shit that you've got from Dave Weiss is crap. No offense to you, but you need better sources. You'd be doing better in this debate if you had better sources of argumentation than Dave Weiss and Crepuscular Rays. Go on, whoever that was. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
Away.
Okay, you already changed the set. You're already jumping
away
from the thing that you brought up.
Ugh, this is garbage. Right, Earth's measured flat. If anybody's watching and they're like, oh, I wonder how this debate turned out, who cares? It's garbage. Ultimately, the way we measure Earth is flat. Dave will be asserting a flat Earth in every single assertion he ever makes ever, because he's describing how things go down and up, in this case, entropic gas dispersion, overcoming his 110-year out-of-date mass-attracting mass assertion, with all things going down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash. Garbage nonsense that will require a flat plane also in the mathematical description, perpendicular to a plane. Down, Dave. Yeah, you'll need a flat Earth for that too. All roads do always lead to a flat Earth. It doesn't matter who's making the assertions. In this case, Dumbo cult leader like Dave, who was dropped on his head, who asserts that he's a science communicator or professor. No, let's be honest. Bullshitter, wanker, dickhead. Yeah? He's capable of calling his opponent sweetie in the middle of a debate. Pathetic twat that he is. Any last remarks before I ask people to stay tuned for the after show? Glad you did this.
Give Lord Jamar props.
For what?
Lord Jamar, you can tell that he's not had a lot of good sources for this information. For what he has, he's done very well.
I see what you mean. Just, you're saying to be batting off dickhead Dave with the crap sources he does have, that's a feat in and of itself, therefore props, right?
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
It's like Witsit is like literally like 2 steps on a staircase better than this, which is sad because Witsit has been alongside us as well as others for years. Lord Jamar hasn't had that. So yeah, kudos to you, Lord Jamar. Sorry for being super critical without seeing the video first. My guy, my bad.
My criticism isn't mainly of Lord Jamar. If he was watching this back, I wouldn't have, if I was him, necessarily feel like I was overly critical of him. Other than us laughing along when he was like just calling him a bitch or something, which was just very funny in timing terms. That's humour for you. It's all about timing. It was timed perfectly, therefore got a laugh, right? But there we go. Other than that, our criticism was firmly at the host's door for not stopping Dave from rumpusing the crap out of him and stopping his guests that are there on the floor with Jamar from ganging up on him. So that would be my main criticism. Ultimately, the main criticism is at Dave's door for being a coward, not being able to shut the hell up, having to call his opponent sweetie. And you're like, oh, really? Is that your tactic, is it? Try and get your opponent pissed off by calling him sweetie? Oh, wow. That's all you got, Dave. I mean, I knew you were low. I didn't know you'd sing that low, though. Is that really all you've got when describing density? Forget about the relative aspect. That's not really important to Dave, it would seem. But the fact that we can take that and still turn it into a flat Earth proof, what, perpendicular to a plane of reference? Gravity? You'll need a flat plane for it, dickhead. Any other comments? Shout out to Roger Ledwell.
Yeah.
Glad you finally did this video. L and J did his best. Or LJ did his best. Yeah, Lord Jamar did his best. Yeah, thank you, Roger.
Yeah, real briefly, that wouldn't have flown well with the Jamar that I know had that been in a person-to-person on stage type of panel debate, and Dave, behaving that way and saying those certain things. So but that's how he is. He's a keyboard courage type of dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because he knows he'd lose
but-
teeth. That's why. If he was
Yeah.
on the floor with him, there's a reason why the other two that are sat next to him aren't calling him sweetie and smirking at him, talking straight through him. They've got a certain degree of moderation because they're in his presence and they know what happens when you behave like that. But internet warrior dropped on his head Dave calls himself a science communicator can behave like that because he's a prick and a coward and chanting through everything that Lord Jamar's got to say and then calling him stupid as an opening poison in the well fallacy to then ignore the only salient point that was actually put to him, which was, let's see a version of your model then. Did he do it? He babbled shit about gas go down, go boom, boom with gravity, and then said water would fall off the ball. So the only point that was really scored was by Jamar. In terms of points won, I would say he absolutely won that point. But what other points got made? Well, you got begging the question of forces of gravity. What else did we have? Wasn't a lot else in the... How many minutes did we do? Not a great deal. But, I'm getting at. There wasn't a great deal of points to be won. The one that was on the table got won by Lord Jamar. I wouldn't feel aggrieved if I was him watching this back. Dave, on the other hand, pathetic coward. Any more for any more? Last call. With that, I'll say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering streams, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, though, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So, another massive thank you to all of you who liked, commented, shared, subscribed, joined as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, and all that good stuff. Of course, a massive thank you to my Discord and G+ panels for making King Nathy's live stream possible. I've been King Nathy, and I will see you all in the next video.